it looks like Cellium has finally got his head switched on and he's got his body in the lobby, and we're loading in. Take 2 here in map 1.
And the hard point, name of the game, name of the tournament here for Atlanta, subpar, 4-6. Their average losses, well, they were getting beat down from time to time, and admittedly, Atlanta FaZe, absolutely one of the teams that they like to experiment. They like to broaden the map pool as much as they possibly can. They make sure they're using the qualifiers as reps. They're good on CDL points. They don't have to take that seriously. They're focused up for the lands. This is where they lock in, but red card will be our initial evidence. Now that Cellium's loaded in, again, him versus Nasty. It will be an ever-present battle on this map. You gotta beat your someday best already for the first map of their day.
And it is the first map for the series. Take 2, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. On board with the Phenom, Sim. Just had a somewhat slow run towards this major, but for now, it's a nice kills, and it's on the time in the big old contest, as Simp is shooting hot already.
Perfect opening break. Atlanta FaZe get the time. Nobody's gonna sort of slip the net, and already he's looking to get aggressive. Abuza, well, met his maker before he had a chance to react. And I mean, this is Simp at his best, right? He just gets to roam, he gets to calculate, he gets to keep the map under control. And already a P1. I mean, 20-second lead for Atlanta FaZe. The kills in the feed still going their direction. And this is an entrance right now. It is an absolute beatdown.
It's a 5 spree for Simp. I felt like we should go back to it. Okay, no, good, he's dead. But that was Simp on patrol, 4 in a row for aBeZy now, his counterpart on the other side, and the hard point is very much in control for FaZe going into 2 as well.
Oh, now aBeZy's going for a flank like this. This is demonic. I mean, a 35-point lead into slammage like this. This is a devastating moment.
He's seen them all. Here we go, number 1. Nearly 2. His ideal positions though, but not for his teammates. 0-4 for the side of Surge. He picks up 3 in a row. We're going to put that one down on board still with aBeZy as he makes this run happen. But hey, in the shenanigans, in the fun and games, you got Surge in the time for a few moments. There's the break. FaZe back in.
And you see what's happening for FaZe on the minimap. They're leaving the back spawns open just so you can try to force them towards the back. But all things considered, Nasty just did an incredible job on the time staying alive. So aBeZy might have calculated everything out, but his teammates did not get the kills. Vancouver right back in the map.
Yeah, absolutely. We like the look of that. And now the battle towards Nu, which should be a big win there from Nasty. Stays alive as well. Nu hard points up. Spawns good for Vancouver. And now the battle from the far side of the map for FaZe. They've got a long journey over towards this parking lot. And that is already going to be Surge fully set up.
Oh yeah, FaZe shot the ball. Perfect P1 into a perfect P2, but that one being for Vancouver. They win the rotation. You get 0-4, maybe to try to hit that flow state, but no, he gets dropped. His teammates falling one by one, pressure around the time, but the ARs deliver.
Yeah, Nasty and aBeZy getting the kills there. Big work out of the AR side for Surge. Now back in the time we go. Cellium brought down before he can even touch it. A good work out of Abuza. This is huge damage on the cross now. Can anyone make it forward for FaZe? Yeah, Draza crosses the line. Pressure now still. There's no one able to really get in there just yet, and a long gunfight now working out. Abuza still on it. Looking to get the break as late as possible here, FaZe, but Surge have done the job.
And they flip the spawns. I mean, this is clean work. You don't want to give away the final 20, so 0-4 is going to be jumping all over it because Atlanta FaZe broke late. No trophies. FaZe there for the damage, but that is a triple stack inside of the time. Atlanta FaZe wanted it, and they will retake the lead.
Yeah, great work, Surge. Good stuff. Over towards stage we now go, and you have a very, very naughty setup there. Abuza with a tight corner, Neptune on the inside of the map. 0-4 now picking up pieces around the place. Lead change for a second, folks, but Surge poised to take it back.
This is the perfect spot. Yeah, absolutely guaranteed for number 1, and Abuza nearly has a wicked gunfight to take down the 2, but now his teammates on the time.
Oh.
All the pressure's coming, and all the pressure is gone. Cellium ripped 2 players at a time, and he's on a 5 spree.
He's very close to a Hellstorm as well. Can Cell get it? From time, he's going to accumulate points every now and then. That really helps out indeed. Neptune, good shots, not enough to bring down King Cobra. A pressure now towards time. Can 0-4 get in there for the contest? Yeah, he sure can. Oh, what a win from Cell. One more. Should get him the streets. Can you stop it? No, you can't. Cellium, 10-7. Hellstorm in the back pocket.
He's just so difficult to kill. The positioning is perfect, and now a 20-point lead. You want to fight for the final bit of time, and aBeZy can't get it done. Vancouver take that away, but they're not going to be winning this rotation. Cellium posted up, and they got the spread. Draza pushed out towards BS&D, and the reinforcements funneling through to get towards this time. Atlanta FaZe right now in control.
Draza looking for a couple here on BS&D. Can't get it done. Open avenue now to work with for Surge. Simp next man up. Good work there on taking care of these players on the approach. Oh, looks like one member of Surge could get through Neptune. He'll be dancing with the devil in a moment. But Sim absolutely knows these moves. Still 2 streaks in the back pocket there for FaZe. They'll come into play later.
And finally, he gets overwhelmed, but that was still great decision-making from Sim just to try to keep that BS&D control, but now the opportunity for Vancouver, force them in the spawn trap. You blender them in these moments. Neptune wins that entry, and now it's just food for fodder here from 04.
Okay.
He at least gets one, but his teammates still set up in time.
We're having all those weird FaZe games. Draz is 3-12. They still have the lead. As soon as he starts picking up kills, this could get real ugly for Surge.
I mean, we've seen a slow start from Jaza before, and he walked away at the end of the series with like a 1.6 overall, so make no mistake, he can make that bounce back, but as tight as this game is, you cannot afford to have a player triple negative. Jaza has to show up.
Going into set number 2 now, all tied up at 109. FaZe with a slight lead. Abuza with a couple of kills in the feed. He pulls himself out of the negative. Now in towards time. Sim, though, picks up a pair on the cross towards P1 once again. It's a stalemate here with FaZe with positioning. FaZe with the time. Still holding down.
I mean, if they don't get this break, Vancouver might end up losing this map off of P1 time on red card. But there you go. Abuza for 2. You're at least making a dent now in this setup, and with the final few kills there from Neptune, you can get some time of your own.
Spawning in the good side of the map though for FaZe. That's where Neptune's going for it. He's now starting to get things under his belt. 15-50 in the KD department. Not very characteristic of the man who is a very hot hand indeed. Snaps in from Cell. Coverage across the entire map right now for FaZe. There's not a whole lot Vancouver can do, and no one on time.
And look at this, man. It is still just a neck-and-neck game, effectively tied up going towards this new time. This is what I'm expecting in this series for these two teams, a grand finals matchup, for it to be a battle. Draza, though, in the feed, picking up the 2-piece. And keep in mind, he was triple negative at one point. By the end of this map, it's going to look different.
There's the counterattack from the rear, though. Vancouver Surge looking to get back into this one. Sim dancing. Can he find another kill? It's like, whoa, he can. The Phenom. There's a third with his name on it round the corner. Reinforcements arrive, and FaZe don't let go of time.
And I love Sim's game. So patient, so easy, doesn't tweak, no over challenge, just picks the corner, and him and Abizi happy to be terrifying from inside the time to collect it. Let the pressure come to you. One of the best Call of Duty players that we have ever seen, one of the GOATs in there, and by the time he falls, it's easy for his teammates to pick up the rest.
23 seconds to go here on time. FaZe looking to pull away all of it, but again, you've got to make the rotation towards the third. And that's what Simp is playing for this time. Nasty had his number in the first go-around, but this time, the Phenom cooking as he rolls towards new time.
And this is the advantage. The P2, they slaughtered him. They're going to go up by 50 going into the new time. There's only one man to beat. Neptune has to make this impact play.
Oh, they're busy. He's fighting for the old ones. And he's fighting, and he is winning these gunfights. Spawns up in the back, though, for 04. He's going to be close to new. So that could be a massive turning point here for Surge.
Oh, that's actually super interesting. Yeah, they were gifted back spawn, so Neptune didn't even win the gunfight for them to get through. Just every single spawn ended up being blocked, but now Jaws is done with it. He's like, I was not having a good time with the AR. Pulls out the Jackal, the God gun on land. Immediate 2 and immediate time.
And back spawns right now for Surge. Can they get themselves in or towards time? Nasty start things off. Abuza picks up one of his own. Aid from upstairs as Abuza keeps the kills going, and that's all down for FaZe.
A little bit of fight, now you need a little bit of time. Trying to read the back spawn. Salim's keeping the pressure on one side of the map. That's going to split the reinforcements. This is a tough bill to hold.
Crazy situation, and a big win there from 04. No more of that life as FaZe now fighting across map. Only man up now for Surge. Nasty playing for New. And he's been gone, dealt with. There we go. FaZe once again keeping the momentum in their sails.
Winning that rotational gunfight, a 40-point lead, and now this is where the desperation effort is going to start to kick in. Vancouver Surge, they cannot play patient. You got to hit the go button, and they at least get the natural like pinch spawn rolling through, but you need a break now.
Trying to find it. Drazzacell holding it together. 04 looking to get a little closer. The only man up for Surge right now. Can you deal with it, FaZe? You got eyes on. A little bit of shots in, but no one to get the kill just yet. So he's still fighting for this one. His teammates now making their way forward. Wait a minute, an unfortunate moment right now as FaZe trying to stabilize. They've got time, but again, Neptune fighting for the front.
I mean, look, you need it. It's the bandits roll through. Got it when the gunfight's down low, and finally, Vancouver find a little bit of life in this map. But I think Atlanta FaZe maybe have answered the hard point question. Granted, red card was their pick, but so far they're looking good. Even with Draza's slow start, still have a 40-point lead.
Yeah, this is not over yet, though, folks. Contest 1, scrap time, incredibly important right now for Surge. Coming up on our third hardpoint set. As a moment of quiet will cross over the map. And somehow Abuza winning that one against Cell. Final set, here we go, folks. FaZe once again win the big rotation over towards the last point. And Sim in time, B-bomb control once again from Drazah. He wins another fight. That's a great moment for FaZe.
And Boozer got traded as well, so now you're getting gifted that dagger spawn. Atlanta FaZe, they want to end this game on this hill. They have the setup to make it happen.
No one's getting through Cellium right now. 30 and 18. Still has streaks to use. Nasty over the top. Anyone able to get into this time? Can anyone from Surge get close? The answer is no. Cell's going to be there once again. Looking for a boozer next. They're going to find that kill. And over the top, though, it comes Neptune, who finds two.
Finally, Neptune strikes first impact he's made, and he gets traded out instantly. You're vying for control. The battle's going to be there. Vancouver Surge maybe continue to fight, but I'm just looking at the score. It is a 60-point gap. And Atlanta FaZe has simply never been the team to throw a lead like this away.
Not like this. Easy, man. What a two-piece. Towards time again we go. FaZe close to the victory. Surge, you've had a nice comeback here towards the end of it, but it's not going to be enough. Last chances here. FaZe are on time. The counterattack is on. Abe is going to read it. Vying for the win, and FaZe should be in position.
I just know, I mean, they walked out to some boos, and this crowd has been dead. Nameless's tweet wrong, because Atlanta FaZe are back in action on land. Undeniable.
And that answers a big question we had about their hard points, about their map ones. That's a very good-looking red card against a good-looking team. Outstanding performances there from Cellium, from Sim, Abe in there as well. And Drazah, even with a slow start, he pulled it all together towards the end. We said it, once he finds kills, this is going to look real bad for Surge. And sadly, it did just that. 1-0 FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, that was your best opportunity there in a hard point. You certainly feel like with that opportunity, and it just simply never felt close. Literally from the jump on the P1, Atlanta FaZe, I mean, had a 36-1 lead. And that's just, I mean, nearly insurmountable. Vancouver Surge turned the momentum down just for a smidgen, and then the flip got switched. The switch got flipped. Either way, you'll take it. Cellium completely on point, had the Hellstorm that he simply did not need.
Well, same with the Beezy. He had one as well in the back pocket, and there you see it from P1 onwards, second set onwards. No looking back for FaZe. I think that was when the time Drazah started picking up kills, and once they got going, man, it was done. Look at the assists for FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the teamwork on point. Neptune not really getting involved with his teammates there, so they couldn't kick anything up. And meanwhile, the objective kills rolling through from Atlanta FaZe. The bottom right of your screen, 3 players in the double digits. We had Simpid 32 and 22. Anytime we're watching from his point of view, it's just such a clean and comfortable game. Not doing anything crazy, never tweaking out, just inside the time. Guy's gonna be right here, pre-aim, dead. Anytime he falls, his teammate's always in the perfect position to pick him up. The easiest player maybe in the game to play around. I mean, Simp just dishes out. He makes everyone look good.
He does. He trusts his teammates to pick up those kills. He doesn't have to do anything flashy. He doesn't have to do anything crazy. And if he does have to do it, he can. And that's what makes this squad so incredible. Great stuff here. Highlights, folks. A lot of love here for the FaZe boys. Of course, they had the pieces, and they played those cards real well. Surge, Cole coming out into this very, very hot series again against a squad who they were in a grand finals with at the previous major, and now they find themselves down 1-0. Going in a red card, search and destroy chance. Of course, we'll get on this a little bit later, but I'd be a bit worried about the momentum, a bit worried about the energy levels. Got to try and find that cohesion sooner rather than later for Vancouver.
And I mean, the question is really like, was the grand finals a learning experience, or is that the straw that broke the camel's back of, oh, maybe these guys are just built different? So a lot of Call of Duty left to be played, and obviously S&D, something Vancouver Surge is going to be very happy to see. You get to switch up the pace dramatically, and obviously a coach like Rambo Ray calculated for it. They know well in advance what the maps are going to be end up playing are. No surprises here in the CDL, or at least not yet. We'll see what they have cooked up, but I know it's going to be 0-4 and Neptune. So much pressure on those two players dealing with the Tears, who have not broken a sweat.
Well, we're worried about Game 5 prospects now, folks. After that red card goes very much against the boys of Surge. But S&D now, we play Control after that one, and of course we go back to Hacienda for Hardpoint. But that dealership, though, I mean, we want it. We might not get it. We'll see how things go in this S&D right now for the Surge boys. Because again, as you said, Ray, the kind of capability of this squad, we've seen how high they can go, we've seen how good they can look. Absolutely within the realm of possibility for the comeback here, and they need it.
They have been evolving their gameplay as well. 0-4, the man on the left side of your screen at the start of this year on this map, he had a very standard game plan, constantly playing the B side on defense, and he would go for the flanks ad nauseum, and to almost no success. They were struggling at the early part of the year. Now Now that Neptune's got in the mix, their strats have been diversified a little bit, and they have more tools. And throughout the stage, they've been on point. Opening duels, especially Vancouver Surge at a 60% rate. That is towards the top of the league, and they need that here, because in the First Blood category, aBeZy, uncharacteristically, has been fairly quiet throughout this year. He's been fine. It's not worth complaining about, but he has not been anywhere near his top form. Surge have to capitalize off of it.
A slight statistical advantage for Vancouver going in a red card S&D. Overall, though, FaZe, a team you can never count out. This is two squads in fantastic form. This is going to be an absolute banging search and destroy. FaZe to go up 2-0 in the series. Vancouver to pull it back to 1-1 as we go into control. Neptune, you came out cold in the hard point. It's time to heat things up.
And in S&D, he has absolutely been hot. The most electric player throughout this stage that we have in the league. 0.95 kills per round means he is hyperactive, always going to be getting in the mix. And again, for aBeZy, he has not been the First Blood Reaper yet this year. An opportunity early to take him down, and for Vancouver on the defensive end, a triple stack over towards A. They're getting aggressive.
aBeZy was spotted there. Sim, it doesn't matter if you saw him or not, you know where he is thanks to the old gunshot. So now, a very aggressive opening here from FaZe. They are not holding back. Draz pounces.
Sim gets the intel, lets his teammates get the stats. First Blood already secured, and already Vancouver players are scurrying, running from the hills, trying to dodge these nades.
aBeZy doesn't dodge a thing, he gets caught there, but EOD keeping him going. Good nade there. Pushes Sim off the bomb, but sadly the bomb has already been planted. So now having to fight from that close range, and Sim in position, knows these players attack, knows the damage is done. Oh my word, who was that? Draz just escaped the clutches of Nasty, and now it's a 4-0.
God, look at how hopeless that round was as well. I mean, they just flooded through the middle of the map. Sim gets up top, leaves the kill there from Drazah. aBeZy's getting double naded. He can't do a thing. Player that was P2 just gets isolated. And then poor Nasty in a 1 versus 4. There is nothing you can do. That is overwhelming dominance in round number 1.
Even that POV from Nasty. He's like, yeah, I've got at least one here. And then Draz just vanishes, jumps over his head, escapes. And the teamwork prevails once again for FaZe. Half a second too slow on nearly every moment there for Surge. FaZe beaten to it, but here we go. Attacking round for Surge. Where are we going, boys? B or A?
Well, a triple stack again on defense over towards the A site. That mean for FaZe. I want to get aggressive on this flank because Surge are flying. They are running right towards aBeZy.
We're going in. Abe, how many can you get? The answer is none. Great stuff, 0-4. He's looking for his second straight away, but Cellium's now going to try to empty his pockets on the approach towards this site. Trophies in play. Everything's looking real good here. Cellium, the only man that's going to cause a problem for Surge for now.
And he's a big problem as well. This is the exact right man for the job to track all this attention, but aBeZy catches him. That should seal the round.
Deals it, yeah. And that's going to be 0-4 on the intel. He's now got rear security watching out for Sim. That nade over the top is going to push him back for a second and actually gets a kill. So now, the 2v4 retake is still at large.
Just no scams. Drazah might know where these players are, but if they don't scam, Surge will be just fine.
Por favor, no scam. Nasty, eat this. Yummy. Doesn't catch the stun, but he's heavily damaged. Here comes the teamwork. FaZe. Breach it clear. And they're kicking doors. 2v2. 1v1.
Just no time.
Not enough time. aBeZy's going to play it perfectly, but what an attempt from FaZe. Surge tie it up 1-1.
Yeah, keep in mind though, long-term Simp already has the RC car, and with a 4-0 start, he's also going to be creeping close towards that Hellstorm as well, because he also has a bomb plant. The crazy side about FaZe is that Simp is the bomb carrier. That's how you know the team is godlike.
Even gods can bleed here in the league. Going into round number 3, FaZe will be back on attack. And we'll see if the RC cars come out, because it's a hot topic right now in the league. A kill streak that can give you a ton of information, can blow your teammates to hell.
Simp is one of like 8 players I trust with it.
8 isn't generous. Here we go. No stun checks, no nothing over the top, so Simp's going to go into this fight with heavy pockets. Everything's still to be played for here. A lot of presence here out towards the A side of the map, over by aBeZy. And Nasty has a nice angle there with those 2 doors wide open, so anyone who crosses that will be spotted out. But here's a gift. Connects with a trophy.
You know, players out by ticket, you're just slowly playing the round, you're looking for the information. Again, 0-4 used to love these flanks through B, so they're taking their time.
Taking their sweet, sweet time. 50 seconds to go on the round. And Sim checks everything, and he's made it. He's in behind these players. This could be a first blood. Oh, for Draza. 0-4. Does what he can out of that life, but a man advantage now to FaZe.
Yeah, easy trades in the bomb. Immediately going to go down. 0 time wasted in the first blood there. Neptune looking for the clutch.
Oh, Abuza
Traded.
tries to get a clutch of his own, but now it's all down to Neptune. Can he get himself on the board in this 1v2? Both the players of FaZe are close up, but aBeZy at the long range. Now Sim pressing forward. He is in the goal, and he is the goal for FaZe. Back of the net. Atlanta take the lead.
Yeah, just being kept away, and now Simp is 7-0. And again, we talk about how intelligent Simp is as a player. One of the best of all time. And again, when you watch his perspective, you just get to see him calculate. They're waiting to suss out all of the intel, getting nades. Okay, trophy over by ticket. We got a player there. Swarming over towards P2, gets the free flank. And in the meantime, his teammates giving you the first bloods. I mean, a requirement, I would imagine, for Vancouver to get the first bloods to win these rounds. If not, you will be punished. Simp, I'd assume, has the Hellstorm. If not, he is right there.
Oh, he's very close indeed. Very close indeed. Running off the back of a lot of his teammates' damage, though. Here comes the RC right through the middle of the map. So you get to watch 0-4's Scuff controller cam. Watch him dance. Watch that left stick jiggle, folks.
And
RC, oh, taken care of.
Yeah, trying to find the route, but I mean, you could just see Draza look at him through the net as well. So uncomfortable on this approach, and it's much less calculated. You're waiting for the kills to come through, and in the meantime, aBeZy already found the flank.
Yeah, you can't wait for too long. aBeZy on that flank. There it is. He starts things off. That's going to turn a couple of heads there of Surge, and now they have to worry about that. And as you turn, you show your back to Neptune, to Zell, who gets another kill. On towards the bomb now. No hope whatsoever. And Simp still playing this very patiently indeed. Hellstorm there to go. Has yet to fall. 8 in a row. Looking for number 9. He and Draz dancing here. 0-4 dealt with. 9 in a row for Simp.
Hey, dude, on their approach, when they're going towards the A site, they had the entire map contained. They're waiting for the information, making sure the flanks don't roll through. Vancouver have a different strat. They send everybody towards the A site. They want to play a tight setup to watch the pinch, but you give up the real estate. aBeZy, he'll take it. It's not like aBeZy's had a massive impact in this game, but in that round, it's just a dagger. And then after that FaZe, they just know where everybody is. And Simp remains perfect at 9-0.
Again, it's not that flashy. It's nothing crazy. He doesn't have to win these insane battles. He just has to do everything right, and he does.
Well, I wonder what he's going to do.
I wonder.
He's going to get a Dreadnought. Call that into.
He's gonna. All right. I think we can safely say, if he gets the Dreadnought, he's allowed to call it in. Here we go, folks. Starting this one off with a bang. Vancouver Surge going to scurry on the inside, passing the intel to his teammates. aBuza lives. Draza will be moving in a position to take care of business.
And aBuza's staying put as well. He's challenged. I'd expect to get overwhelmed to try to run for the hills, but he's squared, and now his teammates are here for the support, so aBuza stands his ground, and just like that, Atlanta FaZe might have dropped the ball.
It's the classic moment. You call in streaks, you throw off the momentum, you throw off the timings you had. aBuza back at it with a nade, but he's made a tough stop. aBeZy down and out. The bomb has now been placed on the ground.
Well, they still have not killed Simp, so long-term problems to solve.
4v2. We've seen FaZe in this situation before. 0-4. The shots from the Phenom. Oh, the spree comes to a close. Now down to Cell. A 1 versus 4. Neptune still on the old donut. We'll see if he can't find something now as they start to put the pressure, tighten the screws around Cellium.
Yeah, and no time on the clock, so not cooking up anything there, but even in a 1 versus 4, you see 0-4, he's not over-challenged. He'll slide across the door, he'll wait for his teammates. You cannot afford to make mistakes, as Atlanta FaZe might have done in that round. You call him the Hellstorm. I'm thinking you're trying to catch the players as they're running in towards ticket. Atlanta FaZe had the right bodies in the right spots, but unable to actually execute on the kills. And then Vancouver, make sure you get back to aBuza and help him out. He was isolated by the stage, but still had the pockets, had the nade to keep things slow. His teammates back over towards the top window as well. Vancouver Surge snapped into position. They got a little bit of fight. Now you just want to see Neptune get on the board.
And again, once that happens, you're looking good. Vancouver attacking round. You avoid all the streak problems right now that FaZe can throw at you, and if anything, it helped you out. So back to a square up fight. I wonder how this is going to go for Surge. Eyes on Draz, shots fired, and they are pushing for the kill. 0-4 is the man at the charge. He is the helm. And finds himself for two.
Huge, absolute huge catch, and there's the momentum you're looking for. Still just execute. aBeZy and Cellium are the two most clutch players we have in this league, and they get offered nothing. Vancouver Surge playing with some pace. They want to start attacking, and that was a beautifully orchestrated round. And everything going right. 0-4 gets the first 2 kills, and Neptune gets off the donut. Pro players have talked about this all the time in S&D. You feel when you don't have a kill, as soon as you get the first one, you're a little bit more free.
Pressure gone, 3-3 in round count. And Vancouver Surge, that is the initiative you wanted. Off the back of the 0-4 two-piece, right off the rip. He finds a very small window to work with. Under the radar of FaZe, he snuck on through and finds 2. That changes absolutely everything, folks. Here we go. FaZe back on the attack, and it's been looking good so far. No streaks, no shenanigans. Guns and bombs.
Great dodge on those nades. Making a little bit of noise, maybe trying to keep Vancouver honest right now. 2-man set up on defense over towards B for Vancouver. A player in a power position, Nasty up top and roaming over towards A, but you see 0-4 starting to drift back over towards the middle of the map. Vancouver are ready to respond to this pressure. The question is going to be the timing. How quickly can they suss out the A approach? Simp is on his way.
Nasty, no trophy up there, but he's not going to be in that position. Here's the glass break, backs away. You've given up a lot of space for FaZe, but they've taken it slowly. Yeah,
and 0-4 has just now started to rotate back, so he's going to be a little bit late to the party as Simp taking the exact same route.
Time gets spotted this time, though. 0-4 deals with it, nearly the 2-piece. Neptune, though, on the trade. Great work. Draza looking for another Neptune, keeps his head down, stays alive. Here comes aBeZy. What a shot! The Alaskan Assassin strikes.
And he dipped as well. 22 seconds, though. You got to go get that bomb. And he had the intel on Neptune, but wrong gun for the job, and you still have to go and collect that bomb in a 1 versus 2. Hey, you might get given a gift.
1v1.
Or not. Neptune is settled in. That is a wild round, but that all comes down to the timing of 0-4 making it back like towards his teammates. And he literally had it dialed in to perfection, able to catch aBeZy as he's moving across, and then Simp was just left out to dry. And that is the name of the game on Red Card more often than not. You don't want to just give up that B-bomb site for free, but if the pressure's towards A, you have to be just perfectly on point to make it back. Surge have come to play.
4-3. It's first to 6 for the new viewers, and Vancouver Surge are doing the seemingly unthinkable. Attacking around for them once again. They've had a lot more success towards the A-bomb site, but that just means we haven't seen any good B just yet. Beautiful shots. Welcome to local area network, friends.
That is a phenomenal angle as well. And Vancouver Surge also waiting for a mistake to be made. They have the first blood, but they're not overcommitting. Getting more information. Eyes on Simp out towards mid. Maybe waiting for a pinch to roll through, but Atlanta FaZe very stagnant now on the defensive end. They want to try to steal this clutch away. Vancouver Surge do not want to give it to them.
Yeah, they're still playing heavily towards B, and that's where the bomb is now going as well. 0-4 is the carrier on your screen. Noise heard. Draza damage. aBeZy as patient as ever, but wait. Neptune finds one on the pinch and wait. He doesn't see the barrel, so 0-4 dives into his death. 2 players on site. aBeZy finds his second. Traded out immediately, no. aBeZy now in the 1v2.
That is an instant 2v4 clutch potential. In the battle of the clutches, aBeZy has one of the best percentages in the league, and well, so does aBeZy. Problem for aBeZy, wrong gun for the job. These are not the 2 players to go to that bomb site. Ridiculous clutch there out of Atlanta. aBeZy held it down.
That round fell apart so quickly for Vancouver. Abe with the patience, even with his barrel poking out, 0-4 was too hot on trying to catch the kill on the Draz. And aBeZy, again, a man who can hit a clutch or 2, but right now the terrors. Very much off the back of Simp's 12-3, a little bit too hot to handle. 4-4.
At this level, you make a mistake, you just lose the maps. Well, here's your brief second look at it. And just clean and easy. You get the first one for free. You got 100 HP for the next gunfight. aBeZy wins that 10 out of 10 times. But they threw away their Hellstorm round. They bailed themselves out in the last one. Now we're back squared up.
Yeah, we're going to beat real fast this time around. Good news, though, for the Surge. They've got 2 members on defense over there, 0-4 and Net. They're playing it close, though, so they're not going to have information until those members of FaZe are at the doorstep. So here we go.
What is that spot? Yo, that is next level.
He got it. Abe trying to cook something up. Over the top. Doesn't catch Neptune on the bomb. A lot of gunfight here, and it's getting hot on the site.
Oh, Oh, Neptune, we're breaking out the goods. This is another 2v4 though. BZ and Simp, the Terrors working together through one doorway and slammed. Neptune showing off the move. That's a cheeky spot over towards that B bomb site. Found a little bit of elevation. And that's the first time I've seen it. I don't know if Atlanta FaZe has, but it caught him nonetheless. Beautiful stuff for now, the advantage in the map.
That's map point right now for Vancouver. Final moments to make a deciding call here. And FaZe on this defensive round as well. They've looked good in these rounds. There is definitely no clear-cut advantage right now. Outside of Simp's ridiculous stat line, what a great game.
I feel like Red Card has been a map that has been evolving. We got players like Hydra that can apparently see through walls. Got new spots coming out over towards the B bomb site. New credit corners being delivered as well, and maybe an RC car that'll show off something good.
Committing the frag to get rid of it.
It's fine.
Poke the eyes out of FaZe. Now Drazah has to move if he wants to get much intel over towards Hedges, but Nep's going to RC of his own. Into the site. Gets a bit of damage off the trade immediately. 0-4 to pick it up.
Love the follow-up. One of 8 players I trust with that. And now Abuza the follow-up. Another 2v4 for Simp and Celium. They need this for the map win, and that's bombed down.
Neptune, can he clutch? He's in. What a snap! And that's the map. Welcome back to the game, Neptune. He put his stamp on the round. We're all tied up 1-1 going into control.
A difference maker right there between a potential cell burst or 1v4 he could have had, but a snap like that shuts that door. And that's a massive comeback as well. Simp just gave you a 14-5 performance. Started out 9-0 and has to hold that L. Vancouver Surge happy to see that search and destroy. Again, in my mind, this is a team that they want to see the map 5. They want to go to that dealership. Well, they delivered on map number 2. The opportunity is there.
They could arguably trade the Haciendas. This could go either way, folks. What a fantastic series we have got on our hands so far. What, dealership SD is still back. It's back on the menu, Chance. It's back on the menu. That's what I'm talking about. Control coming up now as we tie things up. Composure is certainly there for both of our teams. A little bit of a hotter hand when it comes to the respawn, but now that we've got ourselves to the halfway mark with at least a 1-1, I feel like we've got a longer series ahead of us. But hey, we'll find out. In the meantime, it's back to the beach.
Welcome to the beach.
Thanks, fam. Miami, we're having fun. We got Joe DeLuca next to me, and I want to talk to you first, Joseph.
Okay.
I thought Vancouver was going to throw that.
Throw what? The
Search and destroy.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
There's a few moments that you're like, what are they doing?
After that 2 versus 4, yeah, a little bit nervous there, but they're able to recover. Great teamwork over towards that B-bomb site using the char. Neptune and 0-4 really closed that out. But honestly, a bit opposite of what we thought coming into this, right?
Yeah.
The hardpoint struggles online for FaZe. Well, that flipped on its head. They looked great on that right card hardpoint, but then in this search and destroy, you felt like Simp was going to take over and maybe put them up 2-0, but they recovered from his great play.
How do you go 14-5 for an L? You have to lose 6 rounds. He only died 5 times now.
Because it was out of Vancouver Surge early on in this round, pre this, like they were just leaving the lane open, right? And then finally Vancouver Surge try to make these adjustments. They go on the heavy aggressive defensive round. I believe it's right here or the next one. And then that causes Atlanta FaZe to slow down just a little bit, but you saw a couple of times Simp still found that lane. It's just the difference is Vancouver Surge were looking at it and looking for that push as we went deeper into the search and destroy.
Yeah, honestly, whoever's calling the plays for Surge did a great job. I mean, you're talking about the round where they started to cheat up on A on their defensive side of things. Simp calls in the streak. Instantly, everybody got back, and we set up a trap for the guy that's going to try to kill the one stage. That was a great call on the side of Surge. And then we get over to their offensive rounds. Abuza started finding some picks over on A Street, doing a great job. So Surge evening out this series, a little bit different, as you said, Joe, than what we thought would happen, but it's land. This is what goes down.
I think you nailed it. Abuza was that guy on the stage. He started the problems for Atlanta. As we take a look back, though, it was a double dose of red card. And you mentioned this first hard point, Al. What did you witness?
I witnessed Atlanta FaZe having amazing fundamentals. I was worried about Atlanta FaZe in the hard point as simply because their break has been a huge decline. It's the worst in the league coming off of major 3 falls alone. But they focused the early rotations. There wasn't a moment throughout the entirety of this map 1 that I thought Vancouver Surge had the early rotations or the early holds on any of these hills. So they kind of beat themselves in that capacity because they didn't try to prioritize any any money hills. They didn't try to prioritize any early map control. They just kind of leaned on their brakes heavy, and Atlanta FaZe, one of the best whole teams in the game.
To Ali's point, Vancouver really couldn't. I mean, Atlanta played that second rotation of hills flawless. That might have been the best rotation of hills on red card that we've seen. I mean, Atlanta flipping every spawn, hitting Surge exactly where you wanted them to. It started on the P2, Joe, where they ended up getting the preferential side and then steamrolling them through 3 into stage. Just ridiculously played.
Joe,
Yeah.
Vancouver's going to win.
Okay.
Who's their life preserver?
Who's their life preserver?
Yeah, who gets them through the next round?
I mean, I'd probably go like the SMG duo, 04 and Neptune. Keep them going, but I think, Abuza has been massive for them, but I just think if you're Surge, you're happy because, again, you know, you lose the winner's bracket final, you lose both Surges. In the final, you lose another Surge. Your focus coming into this major was to be able to beat FaZe and S&D, and you did just that to keep you in the series.
I'm feeling pretty confident in my Atlanta pick.
I am
Make me
too.
feel unconfident, Nameless. Are you confident potential with a Vancouver Game 4 victory?
I think Game 4, potentially, yeah. I mean, we're going into Hasi. That's a map that FaZe have not loved. I mean, they've continuously tried to lock it down, add it to their map pool, haven't been great at it all year long. This next map, though, I believe it's Hasi Control. Now,
Yeah.
that's a map where Vancouver's in trouble. I mean, this is
Absolutely.
Atlanta set the meta on this, pulling out the extra subs, getting super aggressive, and just kind of spawn trapping you. So if you're Vancouver, if you were to steal the control, this is probably your series.
What's in the crystal ball, Allie? Tell me the future.
I'm telling you, Surge will probably lose this map number 3. They will win map number 4, and we got a game 5 on our hands.
Game 5.
Game 5.
Our first Game 5 of the tournament.
Absolutely.
I
Happens
agree.
tonight.
Absolutely.
It's happening at Major 3. Let's go to the casters.
Yes, Chris. Let's go to the casters. You look so comfortable. Actually, I know you're comfortable. I've been
I'm
there.
so
It's-
comfy.
It's really good.
He's
Yeah.
got so much room to play.
You know who had room to play in that last one? No one. It was a really, really tight search and destroy. I caught up with some of the players in the restroom downstairs on the waiting. You know, all of Surge were waiting. I was talking to Sim, and I was like, what about the streaks, man? He was like, I don't know. Even if I had the gunship, I probably would have called it in. I don't know what happens. We get disqualified or what. Honestly, it probably wouldn't have made much of a difference because on red card, streaks, not that effective. Hacienda, though, chance. Yes.
Yeah, I was hearing the desk sort of talk about it, and Nameless was like, they don't really love Hacienda. Well, that might be for Hardpoint. Control, godlike. So at least for the map 3, FaZe are going to be nice and comfortable, settled in, maybe Simp an opportunity to actually go and get that gunship to call it in. Absolutely worth forfeiting the map 4 just to call it in. You assert the dominance in my mind. That being said, because Surge's map pick is going to be the map 4, this is sort of a comfortable time, but never comfortable against Celium. Notice how the second highest KD, I'm in a 1.3. Celium is a titan, bro.
Yeah, and this is on LAN only this season. None of the online play counting here. Cell is just something else, man. Absolutely. We'll see how it goes, though, for them on Hacienda. A little bit of time for our team to compose themselves, to gather their thoughts, get things rolling. But Celium, Grand Finals appearance is so impressive individually. He really is a player of a different caliber on an individual level. But in this game, at this stage, it really is about the teamwork. What kind of special stuff are we going to see? Let's find out. In Hacienda we go. Map number 3 here in our winners round 1.
And Hacienda also a map where, you know, if you're capturing or defending that A zone, it is 8 different windows, worried about the dark hall, open hall, players coming in from bottom, secret, connector. So many avenues of attack. Selling one of the very best at just wickedly able to snap on every single player. You got to be at your very best, and obviously for FaZe, talk about how their hard point throughout the stage had fallen off just a touch. Well, they remain one of the best, if not the best, control team in the game. 4-1 record, and they are happy to see Hasi. They'll attack first.
We get to say that with the LA Thieves in the league as well. So here we go, upstairs. All love here shown to FaZe right off the rip. They win the trade battle, and now they're on 8.
Only one player on it as well. Maybe look for a little bit of those spawn kills. Gets him to go for that top office control and a BZ. Never a comfortable place to really stand on top of this point. Your team's communication has to be perfect. And Sim's positioning absolutely is. Pressure on both the zones.
He nearly got that one. I'd have laid an egg. Well, pressure on both zones, yeah, still keeping the capture going. Drowse pulls himself off of the A zone for a second to help reinforce it, because B is technically the more difficult zone to capture. It's the one you want to go for first. Celium finds another. 1 man left here for Surge to make the play. Is anyone going to be able to contest? Yeah, Nasty finding a win from upstairs. Pulls out a Jackal. That thing's got fangs. They stop the second segment going through.
Yeah, out like a ghost tonight, though. Cellium does not want to give up his life for free. And actually, the second segment did not go through. So Vancouver Surge, they're just in time. Problem is, though, they're already down 5 lives. And Cellium right back in his home. His centering continues to be perfect.
Can he get the segment this time round? Not yet. In the bag. There we go. Big progress here for the FaZe boys. 3 to total. Late contest. The battle on B over for now, and Surge have won it.
Yeah, it took 3 players to go and overwhelm them and hit them from basically all angles, but Vancouver have stabilized. The life lead is basically going to be tied up near even, and now Atlanta FaZe trying to reposition. They have plenty of progress now on both of these zones. Problem is for aBeZy, he doesn't have any teammates for the reinforcements. Wants to go for the spawners, and successful so far.
Catches 0-4 with centering in the air like that. Well, we're going to try to finish the work we started at B. aBeZy now doing it alongside Simp. There's a bit of a pinch here from aBuZa, who's going to be able to catch both of them there for free. So that's a couple of lives going the way of the guys of Surge that they sorely want, because again, the pressure on this map is seemingly endless. Final 30 seconds.
Now you're actually maybe a little bit desperate. Sound's going to get baited into death, so he's going to get traded out. And now for Atlanta FaZe, you have great progress, but if you're forced to go to the A zone, so difficult to stay alive, and now getting back to B looks like an impossibility. So Surge, honestly, might be able to pull off this round. Only 10 seconds left for FaZe.
All 10 seconds left for FaZe. No players there to get on the zone. aBuZa, what a win from Simp, but that's not going to amount to a whole lot. The last ditch attempt. 0-4 with a body block. 0-4 helps seal the round for Surge.
And that's effectively just Surge. I mean, again, when Cell starts off 4-0, 5-0, things are getting a little bit desperate, but Cell just was never able to get the help. The reinforcements constantly being cut off. So Surge, all the pressure towards the middle of the map. Simp might have gotten 2 in this moment, but after the fact, always able to overwhelm, taking the outer routes over towards 10 and making sure the progress doesn't roll through. So Atlanta FaZe might have struck early, but nice clutch there. Vancouver want to run it up.
Moments like that in the game come down to Vancouver's control of the top holes there. The open hole completely covered. That gives aBuZa those lanes to worry about players coming from spawn. Eyes on the A zone as well. Let's see if they can translate that defensive success to an attacking round now. And we're stunning up. All aBuZa back at it again with the first clutch. And an anxious Abe. Over Chow's at the wrong time, and Neptune picks up a free one. Good trades here. Now he's starting to get things going for Surge.
Yeah, anxiety brings out the worst in everybody. Now this is just prime time. Neptune, a 3 spree before he falls. It's a double cap, though, on this B zone, so fairly quick, but 0-4 feels the pressure. He wants the kills first, and that means the capture a little bit slower, but if you're getting the kills, it does not matter. Great progress rolling through until both the players lose the gunfights, but plenty of time still in this round. More than a minute to work with, and 2 segments already gone.
Yeah, good work from FaZe there, good manners. They clean out that 3rd segment. All the work Vancouver did is now gone to waste. Nep trying to catch out Ape here. Crosses over, quick contest. 2 members of FaZe up. Surge are holding this one though. Simps made the backline a real dangerous place to be, but there we go, a slow capture. Cellium still from upstairs. Can he pick up these kills? As Neptune fighting for his life. Cellium, what defensive work.
We're taking deep routes now, literally swimming to try to go for these flanks, but 0-4, I mean, a free kill at the very least to get behind enemy lines. aBeZy looking for the instant trade, and he's gonna get it. So aBeZy gets a shutdown exactly when you need him to. Vancouver in a similar situation where the initial progress is great, but now the minimap is looking scattered. aBuZa there for 2, but if you're looking at the minimap, he does not have the reinforcements, and he gets killed instantly. Atlanta FaZe swarming on the defensive end.
Yeah, FaZe. They're attacking around a little bit cleaner. 0-4. As smooth and as clean as you like, nearly catches Cell as well. Still, no one of the reinforcements able to get there fast enough. Nasty's nade doesn't connect. Holds Cellium down for a moment longer. aBeZy on the flank finds himself 2. Over towards A in the desperation play from aBuZa.
Yeah, I mean, you just want to stop the clock. 16 seconds left on it. Maybe you're hoping your teammates can pick up some kills, find some routes, and maybe swing this over to B at some point. But aBuZa, head on a swivel, did not get the support that he needed. And now Neptune, last man standing, last ditch effort.
Yeah, once again on the last ditch attempt, and he's going to be read and dealt with. No hope here for Vancouver. They don't capture as many segments as FaZe did, so FaZe still have the lead objectively. Beautiful work. Simp finding his final 2 there, and here we go, Nasty. Last chance. A 1v1 you have to win, and you do not. Cellium gets it, and that will be the round.
Yeah, so the smallest of advantages right now for Atlanta FaZe, but two very well played out defensive rounds, everybody doing their job, and it's come down to a couple key sort of 1v1s around that B zone that if you don't win them, well, that next set of lives, you're just gonna get flooded out. So we turn our head on the stage, Atlanta FaZe will now be back on the attack, and now that you got trophies from the jump at the start of these rounds, maybe an opportunity for a B flood initially. We'll see how Atlanta want to approach.
And everyone on FaZe right now cooking in the attacking. Cell 14-7, 11-9 for aBeZy. He's on a bit of a spree again. We talked about streaks previously, but here on Hacienda, it can be very handy indeed. Nobody home there in the rock hall, so we're going to find our way upstairs. We've got a lot of attack here towards B. Plenty of pressure. 0-4, the lovely pinch. Is he going to get greedy and go for it? No need. His teammates are there. 3, now all dead for FaZe.
Beautiful. Slam him on this round. You got the opportunity. That was a 4-man wipe. They're flooding through the rock hall, but maybe as soon as aBeZy falls, you lose the opportunity to set up the dagger. So Atlanta FaZe still in an okay spot, but after a break like that, you got a long way to go, and now you are back in the blender.
That's a costly attack there through rock that Vancouver come out way on top with. Life lead now starting to get a bit ugly. Pressure from Nasty forward. Nearly gets another lineup, and a second team kill for FaZe here. They are stepping on each other's toes in this attacking round.
I mean, they're just uncomfortable at this point. And now you're running out of time. 35 seconds in a situation like this is looking impossible. This is how you get the advantage for the possible round 5.
You are pinched in your spawn. aBeZy fighting his way out there. The Jackal at range. Over to Neptune on the left flank. Brought down by his counterpart, the other Terra. 22 seconds to go, though. A long journey to B. And 0-4 trying to cut off the reinforcements here. And now... can't get it. aBeZy gets it. 13 to go.
I mean, listen, you're going to have to just flood. This is looking hopeless to even get any bit of progress. Vancouver Surge might have just seized the opportunity they were given. Little bit of pressure on the A zone, but he's going to fall. 2 seconds left. You got to jump on A. You don't have a ton of help. Players nearby. 2 kills in the feed. If they can pull this off, Miles.
It is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. 1.6, one segment gone. Halfway through B now as the 2-man capture continues. Nasty trying to find anything here. aBeZy finds 2 in the middle of the map, and we're still going. Second segment gone. Oh dear, Surge. You got real quiet real fast.
Oh, in the extra minute, that is a dagger, a missed opportunity. And this is why FaZe on this map built a little different.
Now aBeZy. Last bullet there he needed. 19-12. The spree is done. 12-9. FaZe down in lives.
I mean, you're stepping out of spawn, already getting shot. This is not ideal.
And Draza here and aBeZy, they're fighting through rock. Abe somehow managed to get another 2-piece. He's finding the kills all over the place. Draza works forward, gets a little bit more real estate. 0-4 keeping upstairs safe and sound. Cellium down. Pressure now out of spawn. Surge flood the map.
Gotta kill the last man. Gotta kill the last man, then to get it done. Simp actually got one before he fell, but it shouldn't be enough. You are running out of time, and for Atlanta FaZe, they do not have the lives.
Oh, nice shots. Neptune, final lives from FaZe. No more chances here on the attack. And 0-4 proving to be such a tough contender in the 1v1s. Option for Draz to jump the point here, but you don't have the lives or the coverage. And Vancouver Surge will take the lead in control.
It feels to me like another round of neutrality, though. Defense has been the theme on land. Things slow down. And if you're on point on defense, the offensive team, well, there's not too much you can do. Vancouver Surge had the opportunity to just lay waste with a devastating round. Atlanta FaZe, maybe with a little bit of momentum, still find a way to keep things mixy. But granted, Surge have the advantage right now in the round count, but for potential round 5, Atlanta FaZe still looking pretty good.
Yeah, they got the lead there. Surge could change that, though. They could also just outright win it at 2-1 now with this attacking round. Capture both zones or kill FaZe 30 times. Take your pick.
Well, I believe we've lost in 0-4. I think he might have dropped out of the lobby, so we're going to have to hit a pause and see if 0-4 can get back in the mix. Whatever bug bit Cellium, now infecting players on the other side of the stage.
Well, yeah, technical pause here. We'll get him back in ASAP. A blessing maybe for Vancouver Surge. Compose yourselves, keep this going. Or is it going to be for FaZe? You ice them out and now you bounce back. But in the meantime, folks, yeah, good stuff so far. Massive work chance from Neptune. 21 and 18 for him. He has been absolutely slaying in the damage department as well in our first 3 rounds of this map. But we'll see, folks. We'll see. We'll get 04 back in ASAP. Quick reset of his PC. We'll get back into the lobby. Shouldn't be a big problem. Has been in the past. But 04 looking good as well. Great plays in the search. Really good stuff there in the control already.
Yes, absolutely. And these are two teams just looking to sort of kick their tournament off right. I know we've been talking about Simp sort of winners round 1 stat, something like 33-5 record over the years, at least in the CDL era. So this is a situation where him and Atlanta FaZe nearly perfect, and it exemplified dominance. And obviously this is not a loser's bracket you want to drop into. This might be the most competitive tournament we have had all year. Of course, we miss Beans on the side of Toronto, but still the number of teams outside of like the top 2 that are going to be lethal threats come Sunday. Sharks in the losers bracket. You don't want to end up there, especially not from round 1. So Control, this place where you get the advantage.
Yeah, advantage indeed. You want that advantage going into the Hacienda map 4 also. And again, if you see dealership, we would love it. We really would love a bit of dealership, folks. But our players look a little more composed. Looks like FaZe are trying to stay afloat here. Referees on stage making sure that 04 is back in that lobby ASAP, folks. And it does look like we might have to remake this one, but we'll keep you updated, folks. Again, for the guys at home, the guys and gals here in the venue, thanks for coming out. Hope you're enjoying yourselves here on this delightful Thursday. Friday and Saturday, the tournament really gets going, and Sunday, oh, it's always a big one. And as I said, we're going to reset this lobby to make sure that 04 can get in here. Of course, that does change things somewhat. Have to reset the trophies, reset any streaks that may be on, but at this point in time, no one has anything good, so it's still going to be 2-1 to Vancouver Surge after the reset. And Chance, a little bit of an icing.
Yeah, a little bit of a vibe.
A little bit.
That his team's on both sides of the stage. They just look bored. It's just, oh no, one of these. We got the music kicking in and everything. They just want to get back in the mix. I mean, 04 is locked into his screen. Even with nothing on it, I'm waiting for him to blink.
Or he's just imagining, he's imagining the round before him, how it's going to break out, what is going to happen. He's literally visualizing the play. He's visualizing the opening break. His teammates are having a giggle in the back. Looks like we might be ready again. We have got our lobby loaded, folks. Reloading this one, 2-1 again to Surge here on Hacienda Control. Hacienda Hardpoint come up to this one. Chance to set our minds forward. Whoever wins this one, irrespectively. How are you feeling about the Hacienda Hardpoint?
I mean, Atlanta FaZe's hardpoint hasn't been good, but am I really going to doubt them when it comes to land? No. So I would expect it to be a battle. If you're looking at the map records purely, it's the one Vancouver Surge wanted to see. They're happy to see it for the map number 4, but I will never cast any doubts on the right side of that stage. Atlanta FaZe continuously deadly. Either way, you're looking for one of the 2 Hassies just to force the map number 5, and Vancouver Surge. This is the way you prove that you can win a tournament. If you want to win a tournament, you literally do have to beat Atlanta FaZe. It has been that way for years.
Wow, Surge have come close on land. They've done it online. Game 5 in the winners finals, and they get 4-0. And FaZe obviously coming in this one with a tremendous amount of confidence, but again, a slight icing just as our players get this lobby set up once again. And we're close to hitting the go button, friends. We thank you again for joining us wherever you are in the world, watching from home. Well, the folks here at FAU, thank you again for coming out. It's been a spicy tournament so far, man. It's only the 2nd match of the day.
Yeah. I feel like you could even do a personality test of players, looking at him shooting the bots in the firing range, selling basically snaking while he's shooting bots. His fingers, it's so natural for him. He can't help himself. King Cobra.
I mean, based on like that vibe check, crowd, you're not a lot of FaZe fans in here, are there? There's not too many of you? There's a couple? Any FaZe fans? There is a handful. I see a FaZe up at the front over there, and I appreciate it. That's you guys, exactly. That's right. What about the Vancouver side? Anyone out there for him? That guy turned the thumbs down to a thumbs up really quick. Well played, bro. That's some dexterity right there. Well, might not be the fan favorites here in Florida, but you guys are bringing the energy. We appreciate that very, very much. Here we go. Fist bumps are out. You know what that means. It means it's time to get back into this game. 2-1 Vancouver going into Control.
A thumb dexterity acknowledgement. That's the most Call of Duty esports thing I've ever heard.
He turned it quick. I see you, man. You turned that upside down very quickly. Here we go. Back into Control. We're staying on Hacienda, going to the next map as well. And then we get to go to our brand new map. Still smells like a new car until it explodes. Dealership. Map 5. Give it to us. Come on, Surge, one more round. Let's just go, come on.
Brand new car smells like phosphorus. It's a weird vibe that we have, but Vancouver Surge up 2-1 right now on this map. You win this offensive round, they get the lead in this series, but thus far it has been a defensive shootout. But 0-4 kicks things off right. He's been on point on the opening breaks, but simply overwhelmed. See that open side right there, close side rather. Atlanta FaZe put all the pressure.
Yeah, they really played that well. Also, 0-4 with the naughty angles. And here we go, coverage from Neptune. How many can he count on the cross? No one, they drop. Oh, brilliant work from Simp there. The trades are out, and Nep off the reset right into the feed.
Yeah, but 35 seconds already burned off of the game clock right now, and the A approach is always the most difficult. The spawn kills, though, the easiest thing in the world. So 3-0 off the break. Nice little play. He's going to continue it. FaZe forgot to shoot back.
Neptune, whoa, he finally gets brought down in the spawn, but the second segment of A long gone, folks. This is going to be closed out. FaZe have dropped it. They have to go to B. This is their last chance.
And that's the harder zone to capture, so this is quite literally as good as it gets. How fast things can happen, and welcome back from the break 0-4.
You didn't make anything icy in this one, you just made them colder, Celium. As Neptune keeps this run going, 4-1, draws there up close. What a play from him to stay alive. Can't win the battle against Abezy. A single bullet, the difference maker. Abuza now alone. Oh, but he is fighting with a might of 10 men, keeping that zone going.
Might have been tweaking just a little bit there. Neptune just needed to commit to any of the 3 gunfights, but still have good positioning on the map. Still got plenty of pressure forward, and now it's Nasty's turn maybe to go for the spawn kills. Atlanta FaZe, I mean, they have nothing going for them. Maybe a single flank rolling through, and that's a flank that has to require you to get kills.
Here we go. Final segment. You have to get in there, FaZe. You got to get going, or the map is over. Celium on the contest, and he's still alive. Oh, wow! Saves the day.
Pulling out the Jackal to make that happen, but a team kill rolling through, so you just lost your most important man, and now you still have the pressure. Neptune, maybe waiting for the flank to roll through. You got Nasty up top. All the pressure and aggression towards him, but you see Nasty lost the gunfight. Atlanta FaZe have stabilized. They're secure, but they're down 4 lives.
Deep breath, tighten your belts, pull up your socks, boys. This ain't over yet. 16-12. FaZe down in the life count, but they've got positional advantage now. Oh goodness, 0-4 fights his way forward, looking towards the zone once again. Drastic doing what he can from top dark. He's got himself positioning now. Simp from Plat. 0-4's got to keep dancing, got to try to stay alive here. FaZe have to commit someone for the contest. 2 players on the drop. Oh, Nasty picks them both up. That's the map. Ring the bell. We're going to another hard point.
And if you're an Atlanta FaZe hater, who doesn't love a little bit of reset cheese? That round ended in a blitz. I mean, that was from the jump. They didn't even really win the opening break. Got a couple extra kills, but it was a little bit 50-50. And then Neptune strikes. Gets the 3-piece when he was top office. The triple stack on the point in that round. I mean, that was full throttle there from Vancouver. The early A capture. After that, you're just feeling comfortable. So blink and you miss it. A 3-1 there on Hasi, and we mentioned it before, for the Hasi hardpoint, that's actually where Vancouver Surge really want to be in this series. So we might have sold the series a little bit after that map 1. Maybe a little bit too happy on the Atlanta FaZe side, because now this is Vancouver Surge's series to lose.
Well, we'll find out how it goes. Rambo Ray, father to be, on stage now, chatting away to the boys, keeping things level and composed. Obviously very happy with the result, they're in control. But Surge, again, a squad that I feel like the makeup is so level-headed. No players in there that get too hot or overheat necessarily. Playmakers, very sound fundamentals. So right now, it's just remember the game plan, boys. Another hard point to play. 1 more to go. As we look across the highlights, have an electrifying game of Control.
And, you know, we've been talking about how sort of simple the gameplay from Simp looks like. Very calculated, almost always in the right spot, doing the right thing, good L triggers. Abuza, in my mind, is a decent AR version of that. That's phenomenal gas, but it's a very simple game plan. Anytime you watch his screen, he's in the right spots, he's pre-aimed in the right things, he always angles his camera in the right way as well. So Abuza, very much a, as you say, high IQ player, dialed in, and his name is really fun to say.
Super fun to say. The man on your screen, Abuza, or Hazuba backwards. An important stat, an important little tidbit we like to share here in the league, but highlights there of Control. Neptune had himself a map on the reset. The comeback was absolutely disgusting from him. A Forsberry right off the rip. Nasty's big two-piece towards the end to close things out as well. It was all going right for Vancouver Surge there. A team that does have the fundies down when it comes to playing these hard points. And Hacienda, a very important map when it comes to those rotations. So look to see who makes it to those hard points first. We'll test the brakes of the teams that don't. But right now, a banger is on our hands.
Yeah, and if you notice that big two-piece from Nasty towards the end, if you go back and watch his arrow on the mini-map, it's a moment where your entire team has to be on the same page, because his life started out, and he went to clear out Lambo, worried about the pinch. Then he swings over from Lambo, goes top spiral, still worried about the pinch, and that means his teammates have to wait for him to get in position, and you have to coordinate everything as a team. So willing to work with each other, and obviously Vancouver Surge, very willing in this regard. The improvements they've made, it has been spectacular to see their turnaround. You can take Atlanta FaZe down early on and force them to go into the gauntlet.
Oh.
What a fun way to kick off this tournament.
The pick'ems are looking real ugly after that, but good luck to anyone who correctly picked this bracket. But it's not over yet, folks. FaZe, again, the hard points has not been ideal, but the first map of this series told us a very different tale on red card. FaZe came out swinging, beat the brakes off of Vancouver, and now on Hacienda again. I mean, a relatively comparable map chance, rotation heavy. You got to be good at the mode. You can't just headbutt your way through things. Decision making is exactly what we're looking at here. These were our two heroes in map 1, Cell and Simp for FaZe. The KD's big, the damage big, and the hill time big.
Yeah, and Selim, obviously a player in the KD department, he's a guarantee. Always take the over, he's gonna get it almost every single time. And Sim maybe fell off just a little bit online, maybe a question or two to be solved, but for anyone that's paid any attention in the past 5 or 6 years, you know this man is godlike when it comes to land. Sim, one of the greatest Call of Duty players of all time, and honestly, on the ascension towards that top spot, but a lot of Call of Duty left to be played, more tournaments that need to be won. You certainly do not want to falter here in a round 1 matchup. A Vancouver Surge, from the first interview they had after they took Atlanta down, Nasty was talking about it. I really like playing against these guys. They're going to be in the right spots. We know how they like to play, and for Nasty, he's talking about a little bit easier for him. Has a 1.3 KD against this squad, and now an opportunity on Hacienda specifically to light that kill feed up and dagger them from the jump.
Here we go. Match point for Vancouver Surge for FaZe to get us to a dirty dealership game 5. So close I can taste it, Chance. So close.
I do want the dealership. I like the underdog story. Like, I'm cool with Vancouver win. Like, it is fun, but I want that dealership.
Give me that dealership, baby. Here we go, folks. A big one here for Vancouver. Start their campaign right. A little bit of retribution for what happened in the previous tournament, but for now, here we go. Map number 4.
The most punishing map we have as well. You make a mistake, you will get daggered. In both of these teams, we've seen the gameplay. They're dialed in.
04's corner. There are many like it, but this one is his 2 dead off the rip. No time, though, for either side.
And a flank already rolling through, so Abeezy's thinking long term. He does get red, though, so as soon as I call it out, those players snapping. That is what we're talking about. No mistakes made. No one slips through the net, and now 04, you can just wait for contact. When the noise happens, go for the flank. You hear the shooting, freebies.
Hello! It's another 3 dead for FaZe. They have not come out swinging so far on Hacienda. Again, the hardpoint time, nothing ideal for either side here, but Vancouver making it work in the right time. 10 seconds to go before we move over towards P2. A Nasty in position already. An open lobby play now, though. A FaZe could go big here.
I mean, a 27-point lead, though, from P1. This is already massive. You have Abuza with the bigger responsibility. Nasty, if he can get any kills, that's great, but that is 4 players to overwhelm him. Abuza has to live to keep these back spawns, which, obviously, Atlanta FaZe is still forcing the spawn out. You need to re-break this quick.
How are they going to do it? Trophies are at play now as well. Draz throwing shoulders. Draz down. Up next going to be Sim. Sim, oh, the chow. And again, the trophy's now gone, so FaZe holding on. The very edge of their seat, but it's not going to matter. It's another 3 dead. Surge, ineffective.
I mean, you can go back and, yeah, 04's arrow on the mini-map just is something insane. So, yeah, he might have been bitten by the bug again. And if we go to a game 5, we're going to have one of the longest series of the year.
Well, it might be a different issue. Something else is going on now.
Well, I mean, he might have just been, you know, someone lags out, he's spinning in circles, but that is, once again, painful. Reset cheese, never a fun thing.
We're 2 in a series. Come on, man. Give us a break. and give us a break. We just want a dealership. What's a man got to do for a game 5? Actually, just to get through a map without a technical issue would be ideal. But hey, look, these things happen, and we've got a fantastic team on stage resolving these issues ASAP, boys and girls. But Chance, of the short amount of hardpoint we saw, anything you loved, anything you hated?
Oh, I just think Vancouver Surge is the best P1 team in the game, man. I mean, you saw that opening break, right, the flanks rolling through. I've never seen anything like it.
So what do you hate?
What do I hate?
The technical issue.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not great.
But that was some good snap analysis there. But we're going to reset this one, folks. So we're probably starting this one from nothing to nothing. Good news, we get to watch that opening break again. We'll see if 04 goes to his fireplace. He loves it there. It's warm, it's cozy. He gets to curl up on the rug and
They
find...
stun checked the dude, just missed.
Well, yeah, the stuns go deep. They go down the stairs, and then he's completely safe to pick up a couple. But there's no way he does that again, right? There's no way. Surely not.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's actually true. That's absolutely true. Well, ladies and gents, we're being iced again. An opportunity for you at home to possibly get yourself a beverage, or the folks in the venue a little snack, get things going. More COD to be played today. Boston and Optic. A fun series to watch indeed. Of course, Toronto taking on the hosts, the Miami Heretics. Actually, while I've got you, crowd, where's your allegiance at? Any Miami fans? Heretics fans? That's what I'm talking about. Any Optic fans?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's been a tough season, I know, but we thank you for coming. See if you guys can find some success here this weekend. It's a matter of time, right? You're going to get one, you're going to get another, and you're going to keep rolling. Who knows?
When we talk about the storylines, even in that regard, there's an opportunity for, Fred in round 1 to get them, depending on what happens in that Boston series. But just to acknowledge, like, the lethal threats that we have, vying for a potential championship or like a Sunday run, Ultra in that conversation, Heretics in that conversation. Both Breach and Optic have the potential, but you need to see just a little bit more. Obviously Vancouver looking good, but those teams at the bottom, I mean, Falcons do not have the record to back it up, but some of the maps they've played, they're looking ferocious. LAG low-key in scrims in the back. They've been, I don't want to say making waves, but they've at least done enough for me to acknowledge, okay, we're going to have to take this team seriously when it comes to land. So maybe the piece of how scrims have been going for that squad going to be there, but arguably the most competitive tournament we have had this year, at least for the full spread across the board. It's just a matter of resolving the issues so we can get through the gameplay.
And we have, here we go, folks, take 2. Here on Hacienda Hardpoint. We've unleashed and uncaged the Lanimals, and they're feasting so far. FaZe looking to force the game 5. All they've got to do is win this hard point. Here we go.
Nobody puts 04 in a corner.
Except
but himself.
Yeah, and here he goes.
Oh, come on. Look at him.
There you go. Look at the same opening break. It's a 2-man hit over towards Simp as well. And again, a very successful opening break here. aBeZy right back on his BS, and he's been red once again.
Yeah, I mean, this is the exact same thing. Now it's just about the timing. This time, aBeZy actually strikes in the perfect way, and that's going to be a little bit of a slaughter moment. So you're not going to have that 27-point lead going into P2, but good news for Vancouver, they at least have the rotation still. But an opportunity for Atlanta FaZe. Any kills they get right now, gonna get more time on the clock. Vancouver not gonna have a ton of pressure, but if you fall out of time, it remains 50-50. Surge, they just want to keep these players contained.
And they're doing it. Sell from upstairs that he's going to be the next man up to the plate, swinging for the fences right now, and a much more even pull from P1. Both teams extracting good time. Here comes the big old hit.
And they're going to break through Rock again. They overwhelm Nasty last go around. Now it's aBeZy trying to stave off that pressure. He's done so. At least gives you the first one, and now the reinforcements are here.
Nice job, Nep on the shoulder bars through the door, spraying the whole way. Selling from the top there, gets rid of 1, and the water route being taken for a second, but not necessarily going towards the back. So you kept the boys of Surge guessing. You drew the attention, and that's the trade through the front. Now towards time. Neptune still reading the wall play. There's no one there, bro! Pistols out and FaZe are in.
I mean, trade him out quick, though. Get aBeZy quick, and you still get the time, and there you go. 04 wins the gunfight, so they have handled that break pressure for Atlanta FaZe. And for the final 25, you don't want to overcommit if you're Atlanta, but they're toying with the idea. Maybe sending players in to try to strip away the final few, but aBeZy in the feed gets caught. Drazah can't push forward, and the water route gets handled. That is a wonderfully played P2, so much so they win that rotation anew.
Yeah, look at where FaZe are right now. They're on the right-hand side of the minimap. They're far, far away from fences once again. A slow one here from Simp at 0-5. We'll see if you can change that up right now. It's 0-4, though, causing the problems right now on the other side of the board. And close range, Abuza, another player who can find kills against submachine gun players in nearly any position.
I mean, look, this is a sort of classic moment there on P2 where you get baited. You don't want to give away 25 for free, but you try to force it, and you end up just bottling the rotation. So now you're getting punished for your mistakes. Hacienda can be unforgiving. Simp finally gets his first kill, but as Nasty's chopping away the reinforcements, well, his teammates got chopped away out of time. The break finally in, but for Atlanta FaZe, it took such a long time to actually orchestrate any degree of momentum, and the hill's not done.
Yeah, it's a healthy 20 seconds before they really, set this one up. Looking towards Nu as well. FaZe got their eyes on the prize towards Rock, but as does Nasty. Catching players on transition, one done. The second there, I'm not sure if he saw that player, he didn't. So Cellium makes it to the top spot. He just becomes a red dot on the minimap for now, but there you go. Rotation complete, Surge are in once again.
And this is the hill, the Manu one. You want to beat him on rotation here, and Atlanta FaZe trying to set up for the break, working through the mid halls. Neptune, terrible timing, but it keeps his life, and now the pressure hits the swarm. Atlanta FaZe, everybody is here, and they walk on through. Who cares about the rotation? FaZe bullied him out.
Oh man, unbelievable timing. Could have been Neptune there. The absolute man you needed to find the kill. Oh, Surge, still with control, still with the lead. Let's go for a listen in.
Hold for two. I'm trying to look left from right.
One's gonna be Zeke. Which one out? Which one out?
We're gonna go
By time. Yeah, by time.
One big white truck.
Two new guys already. One of them should have spawned out though, maybe. Zeke, I think twice. Shape on the back. Nice. We bought. Yeah, go. I'm getting Zeke. I'm behind you. Yo, he's front.
Nasty loves playing against FaZe. 21-7, 5 spree at a minute 25 in the bag.
Best KD against them, and he is roaring in the comms, and it's not just noise. Their communication, genuinely one of the best listen-ins we have heard all year. These guys are flowing, and they do have the Hellstorm in the back pocket that they might need. Atlanta FaZe getting a little bit of time on this B3.
Good time, but great contest. Oh, shots in from Neptune once again. An incredible series of play. Abisi on the contest again, trying to stay alive. Can he get any more kills out of this fight? Yeah, he can. Nice 2. 3 not going to be there. Abuza with a hot hand over to Cell. Breaks it. Time FaZe.
And now if you're Vancouver, though, you can still fight for this time because you have that Hellstorm in the back pocket. You get opportunities, but you're trying to do a lot of things at once. Couple players rotating, couple players fighting for ult, but they are going to get that ult time. But now with Neptune, if he wins these entry gunfights, you don't even need to use the Hellstorms. The pressure on FaZe, you drop them. 0-4, well, it'll be the next man in line.
Next man in line, but also next man to maybe wait for the streaks to land.
This is what we're doing.
We're waiting for it. holding it together. Big 70-point lead right now for Surge. They're going to break through Rock side. They're in. The backup, though, has arrived. 0-4 with another two-piece. aBeZy on time, down and out. FaZe broken again.
Don't gotta wait for the Hellstorm. If 0-4 is gonna be the streak himself, the timing was perfect, waited for his teammates, and here they are, getting ready to be the collectors.
Here we go. Neptune, the front line. He and aBeZy gunning them away. Vancouver Surge, they do not want the game 5. They're trying to win it all here.
Oh, I don't think we're gonna see it. This is electric gameplay right now. Nasty 24-10, minute and 45 in the hill. aBeZy lining them up, gunning them down in the final 20 will go their way.
FaZe trying to desperately get themselves back into this one. Rock once again, not been kind to them. Over 200 points. The final moments of FaZe here in the winner's bracket, folks. We are living it.
I mean, this is just undeniable. 100-point lead and then some. They're wrapping all the way back. They're thinking long-term. They want to fight this hill from the right side. They're being so secure about the potential P2 spawns this far in advance.
We'll slow things down for a moment. FaZe with good hardpoint time. aBeZy with bad timing. 0-4 dives right on in. Can't have to guess right, doesn't need to. His teammates with the perfect coverage. P1, we are soaking away. It's been a good hard point for Surge all map long, and it might just be again.
I mean, they are cruise control. Last man standing, aBeZy gun down. They might get this done on P1.
Here we go, 20 for the win. aBeZy, the in and out hit. 25 left on time. Ample opportunity here. On aBeZy still with the kills. Keeping the hard point in the hands of Surge.
This is it, man. Back-to-back-to-back champs and winners round 1. Vancouver Surge in the midst of a slaughter.
10 for the win. The battle now for P2. Oh wait, FaZe are in position for it. Simp and Cell get their kills and they set up the trap.
Yeah, but they've never had these back spawns. Always Vancouver had this pressure. Someone's always alive. They're in the right spots at the right time, and here comes the Hellstorm.
Here comes the Hellstorm. You can get it through the door. Slow and steady. Connects! That's the go button, boys. Send it. Send it in. Keep them pinned. Not a hope in hell now on the final contest. Not a chance. 0-4. It's 3 in the feed. And it's going to be a 3-1. What a series. The first upset of the tournament, and Vancouver Surge send FaZe down to the lower bracket.
A matchup between these two squads that has been a battle all year. Grand Finals, last tournament, Atlanta FaZe picked them apart. A learning experience for Vancouver. Handle them in a 3-1 fashion, beat them down on the Hacienda. And then the Control, just well-oiled gameplay. The Red Card, well-oiled machine-like gameplay. Everybody dialed in. And then this, it was just a pop-off. Post-reset, they came out and slammed them. Nasty 32 and 14, 0-4, picking up 3 feeds like that. And I gotta be honest, Neptune hasn't even had to ascend to that final form. We have been accustomed to seeing a comfy gameplay. The comms were incredible. Vancouver Surge, Major 3?
Major 3-1 final score outside of the